that he has what it takes.
Top stories and stories making headlines overseas.
Staff began taking new industrial action.
And your latest in sports and entertainment.
Watch TVWAN nightly at 6 p.m. Only on TVWAN.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial star 515# to subscribe. The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TV1 News. Thanks for joining us. On TV1 News tonight, Prime Minister calls for a temporary stop to evictions, new dormitory after 69 years, and Digicel ExxonMobil Cup launched. All Kundu magnetic stripe cards, including Sumatin cards with no transaction activity for more than 6 months, will be deactivated effective April the 10th, 2026. The Kids Savings Account cards will also see changes, as well as all Kundu magnetic stripe cards linked to Kids Saver accounts will be deactivated. Parents and guardians are advised to replace cards as soon as practical ahead of the December-January usage period. BSP Financial Group Limited, in a statement, announced that modern chip cards will replace all magnetic stripe cards as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen fraud prevention and improve its card services. Prime Minister James Marape has called for an immediate stop of eviction exercises currently taking place in parts of the National Capital District, urging all parties involved to act with compassion and responsibility while the government works toward long-term solutions. The Prime Minister, in a statement, appealed to individuals and entities holding eviction orders to give government authorities sufficient time to respond appropriately.
Prime Minister James Marape's call come as settlers in the Morota, Wildlife and Tete areas face evictions. While police have halted this exercise to so people can observe Easter, the Prime Minister said business and individuals holding titles over those areas should give the national government and the NCD authorities the opportunity to find proper, humane and lasting solutions for affected settlers rather than allowing eviction processes to proceed abruptly. He noted that while many informal settlers may not hold legal title to the land they occupy, their presence in the city reflects broader socio-economic realities, including rural to urban migration and the search for improved livelihoods. He revealed that the government had not been adequately informed of some of the current eviction exercises and stressed the importance of a structured and coordinated approach. He says the government's intervention is necessary to properly assess its situation and to facilitate orderly settlement arrangement, including planned relocation where required. The Prime Minister added that urban development must be managed in a way that respects legal rights while ensuring people are not displaced suddenly without suitable alternatives in place. A formal communication would be issued to the Police Commissioner with copies to the NCDC Governor to ensure enforcement actions are aligned with the national government's humanitarian approach. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
A special Easter police operations in Madang will commence on the afternoon of Holy Thursday and conclude on the morning of 7th of April. The Madang Provincial Police Command has advised the general public in Madang to take note of this and behave well over the Easter period.
Police Provincial Commander Superintendent Robert Baim stressed that police will not tolerate misbehavior and ignorant offenders. Police presence will be visible and main operations will cover roadblocks and highway patrols, settlement footbeat patrols, random checks on suspicious individuals and groups, and monitoring of known hotspots.
Police will be tough on those that not abiding to the rules and regulations. So, suppose you think they will drink home brew, and suppose you like brew him home brew, make him home brew, then I think right time you will walk him this weekend. You must try to stop him on this like illegal activities. Now you must go to law too, right? Same thing passing play you. You may come up in Mereng, come up on a good town play making business.
Baim urged the general public to respect the Easter weekend and maintain peace, dignity and discipline in Madang province. He emphasized on a change of mindsets and urged residents and visitors to observe this festive period with hearts full of prayers.
Alright, you may change mindset, you may celebrate Easter. It's a time that we forgive and forget. It's not for drinking, it's doing whatsoever, but you have to go to church.
All community policing units in the province have also been challenged to maintain community peace and good order within their respective zones and wards. PPC Baim encouraged community responsibility and called on all church leaders, community leaders, parents and youths to work together to ensure a peaceful and respectful Easter.
Operation will start Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and finish on Monday. 24 hours for police by walk. Alright, so meaning that suppose you have picket, now lawyer kissing you, and you will sleep or cell in a Tuesday or Wednesday, one time for court available, but you come up to court.
Alice Peter, TV1 News, Madang.
The National Airports Corporation's aviation security officers intercepted another attempted gold smuggling at the Port Moresby International Airport around midday on Monday, March the 30th, 2026. This is the second attempt to smuggle gold out of the country in a very short space.
A female passenger bound for Hong Kong was caught during security screening. She had gold coated in clay and wrapped in 6 plastic bags, which were concealed under her bra. During the incident, the passenger attempted to bribe the screening officer. However, the officer firmly rejected and the passenger was immediately referred to PNG Customs for further investigation. Acting Managing Director for NAC Dominic Kaumu confirmed with this newsroom and stressed that NAC is determined to work with the police, PNG Customs and other relevant organizations to address security challenges at the Port Moresby International Airport as well as other national airports to address gold smuggling. He said they are investigating staff who may be involved and they will be terminated and referred to the police when identified. Kaumu says an independent security expert has also been engaged to review NAC's security systems for continuous improvements. Mr. Kaumu further emphasized that gold smuggling is a serious national concern, and as the gatekeepers of Papua New Guinea's airports, the NAC is determined to confront this issue with urgency in collaboration with all concerned organizations. He also warned passengers attempting to smuggle gold that anyone caught will be referred to PNG Customs and police. Meantime, Kaumu also expressed his gratitude to the aviation security officers who continue to perform their duty with integrity, refusing bribes and carrying out their responsibilities diligently. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll have more of the day's other stories after the break.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's OneTalk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's OneTalk Wallet. PSP's OneTalk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG é minha! Pine PNG made.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
What would you say to 6 months free bonus credit? Wowee! That's right. Get the Wowee 4G LTE smartphone from Digicel and you'll enjoy 35 Kina bonus credit every month for 6 months, plus a whopping 50 gigs of data and 60 minutes free talk for 7 days. Hurry! Get your Wowee 4G LTE smartphone for only 199 Kina at a Digicel store or agent today and say Wowee to a total of 210 Kina free credit. Only with Digicel.
Clearance in support. The Panthers are purring. They're doing better than that. Edwards scores. It's another pearler. Push the pass line. Intercept. Talon to Silva. Dom Young for the line. No Boyd again. The running game. Throws the offload to Tane to a picky. And he will score. How about that one? Tomorrow's over for another. And we got a game again.
You promised we'll grow old together, remember? That's exactly the reason why we bought our houses close to each other.
Marvy, Ellie, Paula, thank you.
Thanks for staying with us. The Waigani National Court has awarded a 23 million kina in damages to the people of Beama in Popondetta District in Northern Province. Justice John Kerry awarded the damages against the state for serious breaches of human rights in which police wrongfully burnt down the entire Beama village on the 22nd and 23rd of July 2023. Justice Kerry, in his decision, said the amount covers general damages for human rights breaches, pain and suffering faced by the people. Kwikila Secondary School in Central Province has finally replaced its rundown female dormitories after 69 years of operation. A new 80-bed female dormitory was opened yesterday, marking a new era for the school. Funded by the Central Provincial Governments, the project was launched in 2025 by Governor Rufina Peter. It forms part of a broader effort to address long-standing barriers to girls' education, replace deteriorating infrastructure, and provide modern boarding facilities. This is the first new girls' dormitory built at the school in decades.
because we are here, and it is us who make the province that we want to live in. It's not just the political leaders, it's everyone who makes this province the place that we want to live in, or this school, the school that we want to come and learn and get a certificate and move beyond the walls of Kwikila Secondary School and contribute meaningfully in your local communities and in the nation.
The dormitory will ease overcrowding, improve hygiene, and provide adequate study and rest space, directly contributing to higher attendance, retention, and academic success. Principal Balloon described the difficult conditions previously faced by female boarders.
This building here, it reflects a strong commitment which reflects the improvement of access to education, particularly for girls from this district who travel from distant communities to pursue education.
The two-story concrete and brick dormitory provides 80 secured rooms, modern ablution block including 6 toilets, 6 showers, and a dedicated laundry area. Water tanks have been installed to stabilize supply, and proper landscaping and fencing to strengthen overall safety. Balloon noted that the facility will give girls more time and space for study, support group learning, improve punctuality due to its proximity to classrooms, and reduce the burden of housework compared with living at home. She also emphasized its importance in expanding access for girls from remote areas such as Inland, Rigo, and Mount Brown. Papua New Guinea is increasingly affected by climate-driven disasters such as landslides, floods, and droughts that threaten lives. And to prepare well for these disasters, a new emergency operations center was handed over to the National Weather Service yesterday to boost the work of this government entity. The early new emergency operations center was funded by the Japanese government through the Warning System Scale-Up project in the Pacific. Through this project, improvements have been made to the existing facility. Upgrades include essential infrastructure, modern equipment, and improved utilities to support effective operations.
There have been no proper renovations and maintenance over the years for this building, and as you have seen that when you have walked in, you have seen the status of the building. But through these projects, today we officially received the Emergency Operations and Conference Facility, a dedicated space that elevates our capacity from simple weather observations through proactive life-saving coordination.
The project is valued at $1.5 million and was implemented by the International Organization of Migration.
Reflects Japan's strong commitment to supporting disaster risk reduction, enhancing disaster preparedness, and strengthening climate resilience in Papua New Guinea and across the Pacific region.
This project has supported a number of initiatives which have highlighted, and we have also procured emergency operations center kits, including improvements to this nice building we are in this afternoon. Thank you very much, the government of Japan, for your generous funding assistance. Thank you very much to the government of PNG for your leadership, guidance, and support as always.
Together, these improvements ensure that the center is well equipped to monitor, coordinate, and respond to disasters efficiently, improving timely warning services for communities across PNG.
By strengthening our infrastructure here, we are directly fulfilling the goals of the Papua New Guinea Strategic Plan 2024-2028. We are moving towards a future where impact-based forecasting is the standard, ensuring that every citizen understands not just what the weather will be, but also what the weather will do in our lively lives.
Public servants in Wawaria in Morbe province can now confidently support service delivery in the district following the successful completion of a monitoring, evaluation and learning training course. Delivered under the PNG Australia partnership, officers from Morobe's new district welcomed the new digital skills that were learnt in the week-long training in Lae.
The newest district in Morobe province, Wawaria, was established in 2022 and had its inaugural political representative elected in the 2022 national general elections. The new administration had to start from scratch after being separated from Bulolo district. But with political will and transparent leadership, Wawaria is one of Morobe's rural districts that is progressing at a faster rate aside from Minyama. To complement this progress, 21 officers from the district underwent a week-long monitoring, evaluation and learning training course. The training was supported by the Australian government through the PNG Australia Partnership Building Community Engagement in Papua New Guinea Program, or BCEP. At the certification event, local MP Mash Narewe outlined that since he has a strong background in software engineering, it only makes sense for his district to take the lead in digitization. He drew attention to the use of the SMAP server to collect data to help make informed and transparent decisions for the district. The Australian Councillor for Subnational and Accountability, Craig Gillis, said while monitoring and evaluation might sound a bit technical, it is important as it helps governments to clearly track their activities, measure what is working, and learn from what is not working.
It's also about educating your people, educating your communities, telling them what you are doing, how are you doing it, and why it's important.
He emphasized that monitoring and evaluation turns government programs into something that citizens can see and understand, such as roads that connect communities, schools that give children a better start, and health services that save lives. Citizens will be able to see how decisions are made and how money is spent, and are better placed to ask questions, offer ideas, and hold leaders to account. The monitoring, evaluation, and learning training strengthens the district's capacity to deliver transparent and accountable government services and equips officials with practical skills to better track, assess, and improve government programs across key sectors, including infrastructure, education, and health.
Whoa! Warrior! Warrior!
Whoa! Kamala Gware, TVWAN News, Lae.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2314 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2239 US, $0.3211 Australian dollars, $0.1857 euro, and 35.28 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except crude oil, which closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay tuned.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
It's back to school with Lay Biscuits. We're giving away a massive 100,000 kina worth of cash gift voucher. We've got prizes up for grabs from 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and a whopping 5,000 kina cash gift voucher. Here's how to enter. Spend 10 kina on any snacks or Lawa Biscuit products. Write the contact details at the back of the receipt and drop it in the entry box for your chance to win. Promotion starts on the 9th of February and ends on the 3rd of April. First draw on the 10th of April, the last draw on the 17th of April. See selected stores nationwide. Terms and conditions apply.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Emma.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Dribbles out behind him, but he gets it away to Bobby.
In the Pacific, sport is a lot more than just a game.
It's about mana, the spiritual power within us all.
Le Malosianga, from our people, our strength, and the heart of the Pacific.
It's driven by custom, our connection to culture, and bringing people together.
And Matavu Vale, where every player stands tall for themselves and their community.
And it's about sharing those incredible stories.
Join us every week
For all the sport in action from across the Pacific.
Your Pacific sporting journey starts here.
She tried to run, so I shot her. Just calm down, please.
How can I if we're talking about Christy? Get the whole joy!
Where is my daughter? Where is Christy?
Where's your wedding ring?
You refuse to give in to our requests. We are going to kill all the hostages.
You're hiding something. Christy is alive. Mom. We thought you were dead.
I'm not so confused.
You chose to get married.
My Husband's Wife season premiere Monday, 13th April on TVWAN+.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning overseas as fuel prices rise daily and some pumps run dry, many Canberrans have been continuing to feel great pain at the hip pocket. Costs rose for small businesses, and even real estate agents felt the strain from the war in Iran and the Middle East. And there was mixed opinion over the federal government's changes to fuel excise.
A reprieve from rising fuel costs, but trying to make do in the meantime.
It's really hard. It's not just a black and white decision. You don't really want to impact customers.
With a fleet of diesel delivery vans to run, employees who are feeling pain at the pump and costs being passed on by suppliers and distributors, this Canberra business is being squeezed from several directions.
We'll get stock less frequently. It means the impact on us is we have to hold more stock.
And while new fuel levies are appearing, other costs are hidden in invoices.
You've got to go through each individual line item on an invoice to see where those costs might be coming through.
I feel financially worried.
Because of the fuel prices, we just can't afford to go away.
I think it sucks. As I'm a support worker, I do a lot of driving.
Even the property sector is beginning to feel the ripple effect, with less speculation from buyers and more cancelled inspections.
People are not going to drive around for 12 hours on a Saturday looking at as many properties as they possibly can.
There could be a return to more online sale activity, and while the peak group for agents wants longer-term certainty, they welcome the federal government's cuts to the fuel excise.
It's not going to solve anything, but it's certainly a step in the right direction.
Too late, too small.
Yeah, it'll make a bit of a difference. I can buy a bit more food.
Now they've changed it, I think it's good.
I think the broader issue is, can we get supply, into April?
Canberra livelihoods at the mercy of a conflict overseas. Adrian.
With people feeling the pinch at the pump, Tasmania's tourism industry was preparing for tough times ahead. But despite some operators already reporting cancellations and booking drop-offs, the sector was optimistic customer confidence will return.
Busy time of year for motel owner Cynthia Hilliger. But looking ahead, bookings aren't so steady.
So it's a $17,000 worth of cancellations we've received since the start of March, which is probably about 50% attributable to the fuel costs.
She says it's not just rising prices.
There seems to be a perception that we're actually running out of fuel on the island, but this is not the case.
On Tasmania's east coast, there are also preparations for a potential drop-off.
Normally after Easter drops always a bit in Tasmania, but we hope with more bookings coming in, I think the petrol prices will dampen that expectation dramatically.
Also affecting Tasmania's accommodation providers, a 15% surcharge for Spirit of Tasmania customers.
We are seeing a bit of a slowing of bookings, things like the Spirit of Tasmania, but we're also seeing those bookings just be pushed back a bit. So they're still wanting to come, but they just want to get a bit more surety on what's going to happen.
The Tasmanian government says a tourism roundtable meeting was held this week and that it's monitoring the situation. It's encouraging those reassessing travel plans to consider something a little closer to home instead.
The tourism industry is resilient and we're ready to host visitors, and we know that once visitors get here, they have the best time.
One thing to consider is that travelling in your own backyard and supporting the industry locally is a good way to save on fuel costs, but also support your local hospitality and tourism industry.
Optimism for a smoother road ahead.
Millions in unpaid wages in cases of modern slavery have been uncovered in the first year of a federal program designed to teach migrant workers their rights. Unions ran the scheme said the extent of exploitation was shocking, but the program's funding has been at risk.
A little piece of home in a foreign land. These Pacific Islanders were brought to Australia by the federal government to work.
There's unfair dismissal that happens, they're exploited, they're underpaid.
This union meeting in Wagga Wagga is one of thousands run around the country, teaching migrants about their rights and providing free legal advice. It says it's uncovered $1.35 million in unpaid wages in New South Wales alone, as well as harassment and illegal refusals of workers' compensation.
We know of situations where workers are actually held captive and transferred from a house to work and work to back.
Colombian clinical psychologist Viviana has been left shaken after working for an NDIS contractor. She received harassing phone calls from her boss at 1 and 2 a.m.
If I didn't answer, it was so difficult.
When she spoke up, she was let go and had $40,000 in wages withheld.
I didn't have support, to be honest. I didn't know about the rights here.
A Facebook post in Spanish led her to the union program, which helped her win back her wages in court. Unions New South Wales has been told the program could be cut in the May federal budget, and it's worried cases like Viviana's could go undetected.
She said, you are just immigrant and you don't have rights here.
The government has declined to comment on the program's future.
Now to a major leap in the medical care of babies born with a devastating genetic condition. A diagnosis of type 1 spinal muscular atrophy used to mean a child would die before turning 2. But newborn screening and revolutionary treatments have turned despair to hope.
Driven, John Pearce is a happy little boy.
No, you're busy jumping?
But had he been born a few years earlier, he wouldn't have made it to his 3rd birthday.
He's our little miracle, or a big miracle right now.
John is Carolyn's 3rd child. In 2014, her firstborn Hannah wasted away before her eyes.
We had her 8 months and 22 days before she died.
Both children inherited type 1 spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA, a genetic condition that causes severe muscle weakness and affects breathing. For John, there was a treatment.
It's one of those things that you never thought you'd see in medicine.
He received state-of-the-art gene therapy to supply the gene needed to make a protein that supports motor neurons.
Science fiction, really. Real life science fiction.
Specialists remember what it was like before, when families were crushed by the diagnosis.
The year before the clinical trial, we had 7 babies diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy and they all died.
On the wall of another home hangs a family portrait and a vial of medication. The McIntoshes have 3 daughters. Rena and Willow both live with SMA, but timing has shaped their experiences. Proud eldest sister Rena is alive because of treatment she received from 5 months old.
With a diagnosis made before birth, the littlest Macintosh got therapy on day one.
Willow will have different opportunities because she was treated so early.
Yeah, without these treatments, we would have probably no children.
Queensland is expanding access to advanced therapies through clinical trials to help more children.
8% of the population have a rare disease, which accounts for about 2 million Australians or 400,000 children.
The treatments for SMA have literally been the difference between life and death. But doctors and families are conscious the first children in the world to have the therapies are still only young. They're optimistic it'll keep working into adulthood.
I wouldn't bet against him.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Hey, do you know that Cell Money gives you twice the Digicel credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cell Money?
Yes, I have a good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a digital store Cell Money agent today. Deposit money in your Cell Money wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cell Money.
Cell Money, do it all with Cell Money.
Did you know that you can get the latest updates on what's happening on the DTV app? 1. Open the DTV app. 2. Go to the profile on the upper right-hand corner of your screen and scroll down to push notifications. 3. Turn it on and you're good to receive notifications on the latest sports, TV series, and movies. DTV, your TV on the go.
A really big feeling.
What can you do? Music can help when you have all different kinds of feelings. Everybody has feelings, feelings inside them.
We are ready to jam, right, Jam?
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
Sesame Street Season 55 premieres Monday, April 6th, 6 p.m. on HBO Family.
It's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Really good with ball in hand and will score under the post.
Charging down the field, some by Maka. How about that for defending? McCarthy Black takes them all on the outside and he's gotten away initially.
And now Faith Nathan slices between the New Zealand defenders.
Oh, and they're almost away, they are, Fiji.
They're going to get the opener in the second half. One line break is enough. They live and breathe this game.
Vinicius Junior! Oh, come back, Rodrigo! Brilliant stop by Neuer! Oh, what a goal!
Thanks for staying with us. Papua New Guinea's premier national rugby league competition, the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup, is set for an exciting 2026 season with plans to lift the standard even higher. This was highlighted during the mega season launch last night at the Gateway Hotel, Port Moresby, where the 12 participating franchises were officially introduced. Among them are the newcomers, Morbe Provincial Government Candace.
Last night's launch marked another milestone for the country's biggest and longest-running National Rugby League, 35 years on since its inception between 1990 and 91. In his welcome address, PNG NRLC Board Chairman Adrian Chow said he was enthusiastic about what the competition will deliver in 2026. The inclusion of the new franchise Candace gives the competition a fresh look and added dimension for 2026.
A special welcome to the new franchise, the Candace Rugby League Club, and Chairman Mr. Tim Rogers. I'll have a bit more to say about that later on.
Chow said the 2026 season will help set the platform for the next 50 years and drive positive change and development across the game.
2026 season marks the start of the next 50 years, and Rugby League will play an important role as a platform to drive positive change and development. We have made significant progress in the implementation of our 5-year strategic plan. We're already in the 4th year of that plan. And I can say, never before has there been so much planning, preparation and capacity building before a season.
He added that extensive planning, preparation and capacity building will add value to the new season. Chairman Zhao also expressed gratitude to naming rights sponsors Digicel and ExxonMobil for their continued sponsorship, calling their ongoing support is another significant milestone for the Cup. He said special thanks to former Digicel Vice President Lorna McPherson, noting her contribution has made a major impact on the national competition since 2011. Sports Minister Phil Finoka joined Miss Lorna McPherson to officiate the launch and perform the ceremonial toss. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
With just over a week to go until the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup debut, new franchise MPG Candace say they are well prepared and determined to participate in the national competition. While expectations may be high, franchise chairman Tim Rogers revealed that they are confident of putting a playing group that can compete at the elite level and stay consistent for the entire season.
Speaking at the season launch in Port Moresby, Foundation franchise chairman Tim Rogers thanked PNG NRLC chairman Adrian Chow and his board for admitting Candace to the Cup, saying the project has not been easy.
I'd like to say thank you to our chairman PNG NRL, Adrian Chow, his board, for allowing us to be a part of this prestigious competition. You know, it's been 3 years in the making coming here. It hasn't been easy. The NRL has been very professional in every aspect of this bid. You know, it's starting is always hard. You know, we're starting from the ground up, from the foundation. We're building club, building culture. Not only that, infrastructure. We're based out of Madang.
Rogers said the franchise will be based in Madang, where it held trials and a nines tournament last December. Rogers outlined the selection process from 40 teams that participated at the nines. They formed 60 to 70 men train-on squad, which has now been trimmed down to roughly 30 players. Largely a young crop, many of whom featured in last year's NYC's competition. He highlighted that the club is targeting emerging 18 to 19-year-old talent to build a team moving forward. Rogers also emphasized the importance of experienced forward to handle the physical demand at the top level.
We had our trials, our nines, earlier on, December. So that went well. About 40 teams participated. Out of that, we were able to select maybe a 60, 70-man train-on squad. And from that, we've sort of filtered down to probably the last 30 men, standing. So it's a young crop, very young boys. There's Amos John here, representing the club tonight at this launching. Actually played in the NYC last year, so he was 19 years old, and there's a couple of junior Kumals represented in the club.
Cadets will kick off their maiden campaign against Foundation Club Eastern Britain Egma Couriers in round 1 at the Ron Albert Oval in Medang on the weekend of April 12th.
Yeah, well, it's like the oldest team in the comp versus the youngest and the newcomers on the block. So, we want to obviously win. We're not here to sort of make the numbers up, but it will be exciting. The boys are looking forward to it, and we'll welcome them to Madang appropriately, and every digital cup team.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
19-year-old Ames John, a product of the PNG NRL Academy, is set to make his elite-level debut in the 2026 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup after earning a spot in the new franchise Kandes final 30-man squad.
Ames John, a Western Highlands prospect, came from the PNG NRL bid academy pathway after representing Mount Hagen Under-19 Academy at the inaugural 2024 PNG NRL Bid Schools Championships in Goroka. He continued his rise in 2025 as the captain of the Mount Hagen NYC team. During the off-season, he played in the Kandes Rugby League 9s tournament in Medang, where head coach Stanley Teppen spotted him and invited him to join the squad. A utility forward who can play in the back row and at center, John emerged from the competitive selection process, trimmed from a train-on group to the final 30 after precision trials and an intensive training program.
I started playing rugby league career back at 2019 in schoolboys rugby league. So I was starting playing under 14 in 2019 and at Mount Hagen schoolboys rugby league. So 2019, 2020 I was played with under 16 schoolboys rugby league. 2020, 21 up to when they introduced the bid academic. So I was selected to play with the academic boys. So I was selected to in Mount Hagen with the under-19 academic team.
John is one of several young talents joining the Kandes, having come from the academy and NYC systems. Experienced recruits in the Kandes include Casey Dixon from the Tigers, Ismail Waya from Eagles, and Kaupa Sipa from the Wigmen, among others.
There are a mixture of players that we have in the team right now. There are a couple of young players that are coming up from NYC, National League Competition, and the academic. And there are a few of senior old players, which is some of the boys are Casey Dixon from Tigers to Anders, Ella Whitman. He plays from Ismail Waya from Mount Hagen Eagles. Middle forwards are, I think, 3 of them. Kaupa Sipa is at the fullback. Kaupa Sipa with one young guy.
John is set to make his Digicel ExxonMobil Cup debut when Kandes opened their maiden campaign against Foundation Club Eastern Britain Egma Couriers in round 1 at the Ron Albert Oval, Medang, on the weekend of April 12th. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Bintango Goroka Lahanis has done a major overhaul with the team ahead of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season 2026. The club has a new coach, a new team captain, and a fresh playing group as the franchise focuses on giving opportunities to young talents.
Some clubs aim to win the Premiership this year, while others aim to improve their standing from last year. For Goroka Lahanis, winning the competition is not their main goal for the season. Giving exposure to the young talent at the National Rugby League competition is.
A very fresh team. We've got a lot of new young players. We've got new management, new coaching staff. We're big overhaul for Lahanis. I think looking forward, we're really looking on building the pathway programs, having the youths come through our pathway NYC programs. We want a new start for the Lahanis.
The Chief Executive Officer of Goroka Lahanis acknowledged that the club has been loyal to its players over the past seasons, giving its veterans every opportunity to play for the club. She said the players have done a great job representing the franchise and brand. She said the club feels that it is about time they part way with them and bring in new talents.
It's very hard to let them go, but in turning over a new leaf, we are giving the opportunity to young and up-and-coming players for them to have an opportunity to play on this kind of platform, this stage. I think this is not only good for the team, it's good for the province, it's good for the country.
The wholesale change will also see Michael Moses taking over the coaching role from Gonzela Urakusi and Palangat Kanini taking over the captaincy role from veteran Charlie Booker. Simon noted that Lahani's franchise has heaps of talents and will be debuting most of them this season.
So we really thank Charlie for his service, integral part of the Lahanis, but we are now moving in different directions. So we wish him all the best in his career with another team, but we also wish all our young players and the new team more success and no, not necessarily the trophy, but something that we can be proud of. Yeah, something we can bring home to the province.
Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
Team skills will be one of the focus areas for the East New Britain Egmark Couriers as they prepare for their Round 1 clash in the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup. Head coach Watovo Puara Jr. spoke on his team's performance after their trial match against the Lay Snacks Tigers on Saturday, March the 28th at the Lay Rugby League Oval.
The East New Britain Egmark Couriers dominated the first half of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup trial match against host the Lay Snacks Tigers on Saturday, March 28, 2026. The strong first half performance saw the visitors take a clear lead, 18-10, at halftime. A return from second half, however, saw the Tigers determinedly claw their way up the points ladder. The full-time score was 28-26, with Couriers managing a 2-point lead. Former PNG Hunters hooker and head coach Wartovo Puara Jr. said the team will continue to work on their team skills if they are to level up their on-field performance.
Probably in our attack is just ball security. We need to complete in defense. We need to defend as a team and not individuals.
Nevertheless, Puara Jr. applauded his team's performance, saying they have executed the drills that were learned in the past few weeks of pre-season.
We have a lot of new faces. We got a totally new team this year from last year, so we're working on combination. We got junior talent from Yorks, Terry and Emmanuel, Alfred and Makalunga from Tigers coming back to Warriors. We have a few boys from Cutters, Donald and Dixon. So we have a totally new team, and we still have a long way to go, but we'll work through it.
The Egmark Couriers are looking forward to taking on the new team, Kande, in Medang on April 12, 2026. Kamela Guare, TV1 Sports, Lay.
The Remington Group has once again demonstrated its commitment to supporting communities across Papua New Guinea, contributing 10,000 kina to the PNG Billums, the Papua New Guinea women's national football team. In addition to the cash contribution, the group, through its sister company Paradise Breweries, has provided 100 cartons of Paradise water to support the team during training and competition.
The PNG women's national football team continues to play an important role in representing the country and inspiring the next generation
of athletes through discipline, resilience, and commitment both on and off the field. And the support by Remington Group reflects the company's long-standing focus on investing in people and backing initiatives that deliver real impact across sports, education, and community development. While presenting a 10,000 kina check, Remington Group General Manager Operations Brian Warren said the company has always believed in supporting the community and empowering young people through meaningful initiatives.
For coming this afternoon, it's a very important presentation on behalf of our company. As we know, sport's a big leveller in PNG, and the opportunity to support the young ladies that go and qualify for the World Cup, hopefully, that could be life-changing for them. So for us to contribute in a small way is very important to us. It's very important to them as well, because as we know, a lot of sport in PNG can't work without corporate support. So we're happy to do that.
Papua New Guinea Football Association General Secretary Amjad Tavki thanked Remington for its continued support of the PNG FA and for the timely assistance extended to the PNG Bilums.
On behalf of the administration and the executive committee and the president, I'd like to thank Remington for the very timely sponsor. I think Remington has supported us since 2023 when Colin first joined the team as the women's team manager for the Pacific Games, and they've been supporting us since then, and they're again here with us, and we're very thankful for that.
He noted that the contribution will directly support the team's training, camp requirements, and overall preparation. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast.
Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby partly cloudy with chances of light drizzles, showers. Kerama partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Momase, lay cloudy at times with chances of few showers. Medang, Wewak and Vanimo, cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, cloudy with some showers and thunderstorms. Boka, cloudy periods with showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with rain showers. All other Highland centers cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea. Seas light to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea. Sea smooth to slight, becoming moderate over the southern sector with southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots, reaching 20 knots at times over the southern sector. Bismarck Sea. Sea smooth with northwest to westerly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean. Seas light to moderate with west to northwest winds of 5 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwa Island to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samar Island. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And waters of Samar Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 meters over eastern islands of Milne Bay.
And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by